So we just got our fridge hooked up, which is a big deal. We've been living without one in the house for a while, but we're just finally to the point where we can get it hooked up, and we loaded it finally with food. This is one that we picked out for our new kitchen renovation. LG, basically every designer that I talk to and builder always says that they try to get the biggest fridge that they can fit in. So I went and I picked out a super huge one, which initially when it was delivered, I got a little concerned that it was going to be a little bit too overpowering for the space, but we have kind of a big space, but still, as you can see, it sticks out quite a bit. So initially when it was delivered, I was worried because it hadn't had the cabinet in yet. But with a growing family, everyone told us that we should do as big as fridges that we can fit. So it just got hooked up. Obviously, you can see the plastic and all that is still on it. But we were trying to decide which kind of a style we wanted. If we wanted like a French doors, we ended up deciding on this. Our old house had the freezer up and the fridge below, which doesn't make a whole lot of sense because for every time that you open up your fridge, so let's say 10 times you open up your fridge, you're going to open up your freezer once. So it makes more sense to have the fridge higher so you're not bending over all the time. Also, I was a little bit concerned with the big capacity that there'd be a lot of stuff getting lost in the back, but I'll show you in a second why I don't think that'll be an issue with this specific model. And we ended up getting the 2 drawers. So it fell within our budget. We had $5,000 budgeted for our kitchen appliances. And the fridge was a big chunk of it. So one thing that we decided to splurge on, it was kind of a him and haw on, was this door. And I thought it was a little bit gimmicky at first, but it turns out we are going to probably use this often. And it ends up probably going to be where all our drinks go. And this is also part of the reason why I was saying that the fridge itself, I'm not too concerned with stuff getting lost behind it, is because of this door. Now, obviously, this side over here is a lot of the space, and the door is taken up with the ice and water machine. But you can see how deep these doors are. There still is some space for skinny stuff, so obviously we got our ketchup and all that kind of stuff in here. But look at how thick this door is. And this is the one with the glass, so all the drinks hang on there. But look at how thick it is. Because it's so thick, then all your food sits back further. So this fridge is absolutely monstrous, but the space is used really well. So the other thing is I like how they have these little things. I don't know what you're going to put on them, like little lunch meat or whatever, but just goes to show that they're not wasting any space. All the drawers and stuff glide super nice, so it feels like a really nice fridge. And also this thing slides back, so if you need like milk or whatever, you're not just committed to having all skinny stuff. But one of the reasons why we liked this fridge versus like a French door is I had a French door fridge here during the renovation, and I ordered a pizza, and I couldn't even fit the pizza box in the fridge. So that was honestly, the deciding factor. So that's the fridge portion of it. So now to the drawers. So as far as the drawers go, one thing I liked about these is that you can set it to be whatever you want. You can set it as just a regular refrigerator, as I got it set up, because you always need more space. Or you can set it up to be, for chilled wine, or just as a regular freezer, or whatever. And then obviously, the freezer drawer is just a freezer. Now another thing about this is that I was concerned that because it was a drawer, that everything would be on the bottom, and then it'd be just a complete pain to get to. But this has multiple drawers in the drawer, so everything is pretty accessible. So one thing to keep in mind is I got the biggest fridge that I could fit in my house, but I had the space for it, I had the clearance for it. I'm actually doing a renovation where I have to have a counter depth. But this one, I had the clearance for it, so I got the biggest one I could fit. But the thing is that I had the guys that delivered it had a tough time just even getting it in here. I don't have a 36-inch door. I think it's 34, but they had to take the doors and stuff off just to fit it in here. So just to give you an idea of kind of how much of a pain it was to to get into this space. But it is huge. We had $5,000 as a budget, so we did get the kind of a cheaper microwave, but we did get a nice stove that's still in the box because we're waiting for the plumber to come pick up the gas lines and everything else, and that will be next. So talk to you next time.